Today we ask a very serious question, because as the saying goes, the only constant in life is change. So what if one day, tomorrow, war erupts in the West Philippine Sea? What if one day tensions escalate so high that diplomacy fails and conflict becomes inevitable? Who wins? Is it the defending champion, the Philippines, or the undefeated contender, China? This is not clickbait. This is a realistic military simulation based on strategy, geography, and cold hard facts. Let's go. Okay, let's face it. On paper, this is a mismatch. China has the second largest military in the world. Over 2 million active personnel, more than 300 warships, nuclear weapons, stealth jets, the list goes on. The Philippines, around 120,000 personnel, a handful of F-A-50 fighter jets, brand new frigates and shore-based missile systems like the BrahMos. But wait, numbers don't tell the whole story. Because when it comes to war, there's more to winning than firepower. There's strategy, intelligence, alliances, even luck. So let's talk about it. First, the Philippines has geography on its side. It's a natural fortress of more than 7,000 islands, separated by the South China Sea. To invade and occupy these islands would be like trying to collect marbles across a wide and choppy river. You'll need a lot of manpower, resources, and boats, not to mention the difficult terrain. Many parts of the Philippines are mountainous and covered in thick jungles, making it hard for tanks and troops to move around. Second, let's talk alliances. The Philippines has two very important ones. The first is the Mutual Defense Treaty with the United States. Remember, this was the first country to use the atomic bomb on Japan during World War II. The US is committed to defending the Philippines if it is attacked by a foreign power. Now, there are around 9,000 US troops in the Philippines today, not to mention access to US bases and facilities through the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. Plus, there are ongoing efforts to improve and expand these bases under the Marcos Jr. administration. In addition to the US, the Philippines also has access to other potential allies such as Japan, Australia, and other ASEAN member states. These countries have shown interest in supporting the Philippines in case of a conflict. Now, how might the war start? Most likely it wouldn't start with a big invasion. It would begin with a minor incident, perhaps a ramming. A shot fired or a life lost during a tense encounter between fishermen or soldiers near the resource-rich Spratly Islands. A seemingly small event that could quickly escalate into a major crisis. One thing leads to another, and soon we're talking full-scale war. Now, this is where things get interesting. If it's just the Philippines versus China, well, there's really no contest. The Philippines can't win a full-scale war against China. That's just a best-case scenario. What if allies join the fight? Then things become a lot more complicated. Suddenly, China is facing not just the Philippine military, but potentially the combined forces of the US, Japan, Australia, and ASEAN. That's a lot of firepower and resources to manage. Plus, China would face global pressure, disrupted supply lines, and possible internal unrest due to the war. Of course, the cost of fighting on multiple fronts would be immense for the Philippines and its allies. But with strong leadership, strategy, and luck, it just might stand a chance. In fact, the Philippines has a lot to offer in terms of unconventional warfare. Think about it. The Philippines has a long history of guerrilla warfare dating back to the Philippine Revolution against Spain and the Philippine-American War. The terrain, climate, and culture of the Philippines make it very difficult for any invading force to occupy and control the country. Many areas are heavily forested and mountainous, making it easy for guerrillas to hide and launch surprise attacks. Plus, the Filipino people are known for their tenacity and courage in the face of adversity. They have a deep sense of nationalism and a willingness to fight for their country and freedom. Well, said Major General Carl Amundi Jr., as commanding general of the U.S. Army in the Philippines during the 1980s. In fact, he added that the guerrilla fighters in the mountains were probably better trained and more combat effective than his own troops. He continued, "The combination of a determined and well-supported indigenous population with selected and properly equipped U.S. forces could make the defense of the Philippines absolutely successful. In conclusion, while the Philippines cannot match China's military might head-on, it does have several strategic advantages up its sleeve. Strong alliances, geographical location, guerrilla tactics, and a determined populace. These factors could level the playing field and make for a very challenging fight for China. However, let's not forget that war is never an option. It's a lose-lose situation for everyone involved. Best solution is always diplomacy and peaceful conflict resolution. Hopefully this simulation serves as a reminder for all parties involved to find common ground and work towards a peaceful resolution of their differences. So the question is, are we ready for this war? Are we ready to defend our country if push comes to shove? Or are we just hoping and praying nothing happens? Either way, let us stay alert, stay informed, and above all, stay peaceful. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more in-depth breakdowns like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts. Stay safe.